Welcome to Happy Video Consulting. You know, if you're an Agile professional and you're just tired of seeing transformation stall out and you want to move beyond just doing Agile to actually leading it, well, you are in exactly the right place.
So, let me just ask you straight up. Are you ready to stop just participating in Agile initiatives and start leading a real, sustainable transformation? Because making that leap, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with the core challenge that, let's be honest, so many organizations face. And that's the reason why simply going Agile often isn't enough to get the results everyone is hoping for.
Okay, this is the critical distinction. So many companies, they stop right here, at Agile adoption. You know, they install the practices like daily stand-ups and retros. That's the what. But a true Agile transformation, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a fundamental shift in mindset, in culture. It's not just about what you do, it's about why you're doing it and how the entire organization, top to bottom, operates to deliver value.
And this right here is why so many of those initiatives just hit a wall. I mean, does any of this look familiar? No real leadership buy-in, just lip service. Or focusing only on team practices while the rest of the company is stuck in old-school silos. Treating Agile like some rigid process to be installed. These are the pitfalls that stop adoption from ever becoming a real transformation.
So, how do we fix this? How do we overcome it? Well, day one is all about building that strategic foundation for a transformation that actually lasts. This is where we stop talking theory and start building a concrete, actionable plan. And it all starts with knowing your exact starting point. You're going to learn how to assess your organization's current state with really practical techniques like value stream mapping. This isn't just theory. It lets you visualize every single step from a new idea all the way to the customer so you can pinpoint exactly where the bottlenecks are. This isn't about guesswork. It's about getting a clear, honest picture so you can plan effectively. And that assessment lays out the path forward. First, we assess where you are right now. From there, we define a really compelling vision for the future. Then, and this is crucial, we figure out how to secure genuine buy-in from leaders. And finally, you build a practical, step-by-step roadmap. We break this whole complex process down so it feels completely achievable. You're also going to learn how to design an Agile operating model for your organization. The best way to think about it is like an architectural blueprint. It defines how teams are structured, how all the key roles interact, and how governance actually works to enable a continuous flow of value, instead of blocking it. This thing becomes the engine of your transformation. Okay, so with that solid foundation in place, day two is all about leveling up your skills from just planning to actually leading. This is where you develop the capabilities to not just start a transformation, but to scale it and see it all the way through to the end. Scaling Agile. That's a huge challenge, right? You've heard all the names, SAFe, LESS, Spotify, but which one is actually right for your specific situation? We're going to demystify these frameworks. For instance, SAFe gives you a lot of structure, which can be fantastic for large regulated companies. LESS, on the other hand, is much more minimalist. We'll help you diagnose your own environment so you can make a strategic choice, not just follow the latest trend. You know, a transformation is only as good as its leaders and its coaches. Here, you're going to dive deep into the Agile Coaching Competency Framework. You'll learn to be more than just a process expert. You'll understand when to teach, when to mentor, how to facilitate those really tough conversations, and how to truly coach your teams and leaders to unlock their absolute best potential. And really, it all comes down to this. This quote just captures the entire feeling of day two perfectly. We help you shift your focus from managing processes to inspiring people. Because at the end of the day, sustainable change is always a human endeavor. And to inspire that change, you need the right tools in your toolkit. You'll get hands-on with models like AIDCAR, which helps you see change through the eyes of each individual, making sure they have the awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement they need. You'll learn how to drive cultural shifts that actually stick around, long after any consultants are gone. So, after 2 pretty intensive days, what is the ultimate result? What do you walk away with? I can tell you, it is not just a binder full of notes. It is a clear, tangible, and honestly, career-defining action plan. This might be the single most important mindset shift you'll make, moving from outputs to outcomes. We teach you to stop measuring just activity, like how many story points you completed, and start measuring real impact. See, an output is shipping a new feature. An outcome is the 10% jump in customer engagement that feature created. That is the language that leaders understand and respect.
2. That's it. That's the number of days it takes to go from theory to a personal, actionable transformation plan that you can put into motion the moment you get back to work.
So, we've shown you the path, right? From those common challenges to a concrete action plan. We've given you the tools to become the transformation leader your organization desperately needs. The only question left is, what will your transformation story be? Come join us, and let's start writing it together.